So look, right? I can't I can't and I don't discourage anyone from posting whatever they feel like posting on their timeline. It's your timeline, you do what you want. With that being said, we have a lot of love advocates, a lot of Christ advocates, a lot of inspiration advocates. People pumping different things onto the timeline. A lot of good things. Some right, some not so right. You know, some things I agree with, some I don't. But at the end of the day, you know, things that are, in many eyes, good things. And, pardon me, it's late. Just got home from church, a little fast food. But I just encourage everyone to be who you post to be. That which you post online, allow people to see that offline. If I can read your posts on Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, wherever, and you are pumping love, you pumping the gospel, you are inspiring, you making people laugh, but I bump into you in public and you are a totally different being, that is what we call a gimmick. You're not who you're supposed to be. Don't be a gimmick. Let me tell you something. You may see me post about a lot about Jesus and a lot about us bettering ourselves. But if you spent a week with me offline, outside of work, I'm in church 4 nights a week. You run into me in the store. You run into me in the mall. You run into me in the gas station. You run into me in the parking lot. I can have the same conversations that I have online with you in any of them places. You can look me in my eyes. I can look you dead in your eyes and give you the same passion for Christ out in public that I give you online. It happens. People have run into me. People know. I'm not playing. I'm not playing about it. I don't, when I speak Jesus, I mean Jesus. When I tell you I love you, I mean I love you. When I'm pressing to be better, like I'm really pressing to be better. When I say I want you to be better, I really care that you be a better individual. Like, I'm not playing. And there's no partiality. It don't matter who you are. I'm not looking at how you dressed. I'm not looking at how popular or unpopular popular you are. I'm not looking at whether you fat, slim, or skinny, or whether or not I'm attracted to you. If you run into me and you want the same thing that you are getting online from me, you can get it offline from me. And that's facts. We got to be who we supposed to be. You know? It's easy to type things online because no one is looking through the windows of your soul while you're typing them. You don't have anybody looking you in your eyes to see how real you are about what you say. A lot of your followers can't discern whether or not you're being sincere or not while you're typing. You get what I'm saying? You don't necessarily have to back anything up while you're typing. You can avoid questions because you're typing. There's no one in front of you to question this or, inquire about that because you're typing. But what will people see when they see you? Minus the smartphone, minus the tablet, minus the laptop, minus the computer. What will people see when they see you? Are they going to see what you post? Or are they just going to see you being another being? Be who you're supposed to be. You know? I ain't trying to lift myself up to be nobody. It's by the grace of God that I am who I am. But one thing I could tell you, there are people who follow me on all of these platforms who have run into me in the strangest of places. Just random. And it was a blessed experience. Not just for them, for me. You get what I'm saying? They got who I supposed to be. And it was love. It was love. And I've run into some people who post one way online and offline it's like, you're looking for them. Because I don't see them. Can't look you in your eyes to say anything, let alone to say the things they say online. Be who you're supposed to be. When you be who you're supposed to be, what you post will have more impact. I say it all the time. If there is no life behind what you speak, there is no power in what you say. The life behind what you speak is what gives what you say power. You get what I'm saying? You may say things and get a lot of applause, get a lot of hand claps, get a lot of likes, get a lot of comments. But if there is no power behind it, if there is no anointing on it, then it's still all null and void. It's not about likes. It's not about comments. It's not about applause. It's about retention. It's about change. It's about people actually taking heed to what you say and it destroying yokes, within these folks and them actually changing. I don't care how many people like my statuses. I don't care if a million people like a quote. If not one person changes from it, that quote don't mean nothing. You get what I'm saying? Not nothing. A million people can like the status, but if I run into one of them people who like the status in public and I'm not who I'm supposed to be, and it takes them further away from Jesus rather than drawing them closer to Jesus, that status is null and void. It don't mean nothing. But you know what blesses my soul? Oh, excuse me. It's when people come back in my inbox or I run into them somewhere and they bring up something that the Lord spoke through me 2 weeks, 2 months ago. And they held on to it and it did something for them. Or some, people who write me and say, man, I've been following you for this amount of time, for years, and this happened and that happened. And it's like, wow, and it's not me, I don't take no credit for it. First of all, God gets the glory. God gets the glory. But it's like, man, Lord, you use me to be a vessel to them. And he can't use me or anyone else that way if we post in one way and live in another. You get what I'm saying? Gotta be who you supposed to be. Be real. Be authentic. Be sincere. Speak what you really mean to say. Let your words be true. Let your actions be true. Let your motives be true. And when people see you, you be true. Otherwise, it's a gimmick. Don't just be doing this for people to buy your products, for people to support your online campaign. You know what I'm saying? Because at the end of the day, it's not going to profit you anything in the long run. You might make a little change, but it's not going to profit, especially if you scattering the sheep. It's not going to profit you. It's going to make things worse for you. And there are people who can read what you write and discern whether or not you mean it, whether or not it's real, whether or not it's of God. There are people who are going to bump into you in public places and be looking for the person that they saw online. Life works that way, and we are tried by the things that we say. I'm telling you, be who you supposed to be. And that ain't saying be perfect, you know. It's not saying you're not able to make mistakes. It's not able to say nobody can catch you in a down moment. But it's to say that people should be able to see you and see you at the very least resembling what you post online. Like if there is no resemblance, like if it's night and day, there's a problem. Don't be a gimmick. We all better than that. We want to be real, y'all. We want to be effective. You know what I'm saying? We want things that we say and do to take root in people and stir up greatness within people. Otherwise, what are we being advocates for? What are you waking up and doing this every day for? You know? For likes, for people to post funny emojis and praise emojis in your comment section. Like, what are we doing it for? Or are you really trying to be better and contribute to the bettering of other people? Examine yourself and make sure you are who you say you are. That's all. That's all I'm saying. I love y'all. For real, I mean that. I love y'all. Don't matter whether you support me. It don't matter whether you love me. It don't matter whether you hit the like button. I love y'all. Because y'all God's souls. And I'm going to keep speaking the truth. I'm going to keep making sacrifices and doing what I have to do for my walk to be strengthened so that I can be an example to y'all. Because I ain't just posting. Believe that. But again, I love y'all. Be who you supposed to be. God bless.